In this video, you will learn what is a linear equation, what is a solution of an equation, and how to solve linear equations in one variable. These are the problems we will be focusing on in this video. What is a linear equation? This is an equation. It has two variables, x and y. Note that letters are called variables and numbers are called constants. This 2 is called the power or the exponent of the variable y. The variable x has no power, that means the power is 1. So what is a linear equation? In a linear equation, the power of the variables is 1 and there is no variable in the denominator. In this equation, u and w are the variables and the power of u is 1 and also the power of w is 1 and there is no variable in the denominator. So this is a linear equation. Since there are two variables, this is a linear equation in two variables. In this equation, the power of x is 1 and the power of y is also 1. But this equation is not a linear equation because the variable x is in the denominator. Also, this equation is not a linear equation because the power of the variable y is 2, not 1. This is another equation. There is only one variable, that is x, and the power of x is 1. So this is a linear equation in one variable. This is another linear equation in one variable and the variable is w. And also, if you draw the graph of a linear equation, you get a straight line. The word linear comes from this line. Next, solution of an equation. I have this equation. I am going to substitute x is equal to 3. 4x, 4 times, put 3 for x plus 2 is equal to 14. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2 is equal to 14. 12 plus 2 is 14 is equal to 14. 14 is equal to 14. The left hand side and the right hand side are the same. So this is true. So this value of x makes this equation true. So this 3 is a solution to this equation. So the solution of an equation is the value of the variable that makes the equation true. Next, I am going to substitute x is equal to -2. 4, put -2 for x. 4 times -2 plus 2 is equal to 14. 4 times -2 is -8 plus 2 is equal to 14. -8 plus 2 is -6 is equal to 14. -6 is equal to 14. The left hand side and the right hand side are not the same. So this is not true. So this -2 makes this equation not true. So -2 is not a solution to this equation. Solving an equation is finding the solution of the equation. You saw that the solution of this equation is x is equal to 3. So solving this equation means you are going from this equation to this equation. So when solving an equation, what we do is we isolate the variable so that only the variable on one side and a number on the other side, and the number is the solution. Next, you will learn how to solve linear equations in one variable. This is the first problem. We are going to solve this equation. In this equation, this is a term, this is another term, and there is a term on the right hand side. This term has the variable x, So you need to isolate this term. This is positive 7. So you need to subtract 7 to remove this. Write this. Subtract a 7 is equal to 15. If you subtract a number on the left hand side, you need to subtract the same number on the right hand side. Now 7 minus 7 is 0, so you can cancel this out. 2x is equal to 15 minus 7 is 8. Now isolate the variable x by dividing out 2. Divide by 2. If you divide the left hand side by a number, you need to divide the right hand side by the same number. So divide by 2. Cancel out 2 and 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So x is equal to 4. This is the solution. You can also do this in another way. Isolate this term by moving this term to the right. So 2x is equal to 15. If you move a term from one side to the other, you need to change the sign. This is positive 7, so you need to add negative 7. Is equal to 15 minus 7 is 8. So 2x is equal to 8. Now divide 2 both sides. Now cancel out 2 and 2. So x is equal to 8 divided by 2 is 4. You get the solution. Next to this problem, we need to solve this equation. First, isolate this term by moving this term to the left. 8. If you move this to the other side, you need to change the sign. This is negative 2, so you need to add positive 2 is equal to negative y. 8 plus 2 is 10 is equal to negative y. 10 is equal to, this negative y can be written as negative 1 times y. Now divide both sides by negative 1 to isolate y. Negative 1. Cancel out negative 1 and negative 1. 10 divided by negative 1 is negative 10 is equal to y. So y is equal to negative 10. This is the solution. Now we are going to solve this equation. In this equation, there are parentheses. So first you need to remove these parentheses by using the distributive property. What is the distributive property? I have a and b plus c inside the parentheses. This is equal to multiply a and b, ab, and multiply a and c, ac, add that. This is the distributive property. Write this is equal to, now remove these parentheses by using this distributive property. Multiply negative 3 and y, negative 3y. Now multiply negative 3 and negative 6. You get positive 18. Now you have variable here and also here. You need to move this term to the left so that all the terms with the variable y are on one side, and move this term to the right so that all the constant terms are on the right hand side. 5y. This is negative 3y, so you need to add positive 3y. Because if you move a term from one side to the other, you need to change the sign. Is equal to 18. This is positive 42, so you need to add negative 42. 5y plus 3y is 8y is equal to 18 minus 42 is negative 24. Now isolate the variable y by dividing out 8. So divide both sides by 8. Now cancel out 8 and 8. So y is equal to negative 24 divided by 8 is negative 3. This is the solution. Now this problem, we are going to solve this equation. In this equation, there are parentheses here and here. First, we need to remove all these parentheses by using the distributive property. 4v multiply 92 and v, you get 92v. Multiply 92 and 97, you get positive 14 is equal to multiply 94 and 92v, you get positive 8v. Multiply 94 and positive 6, you get 24 plus 5. Now simplify. 4v minus 2v is 2v plus 14 is equal to, you can combine this and this, 8v, 24 plus 5 is 19. Now you have v here and v here. Move this term to the left so that all the terms with the variable v are on the left hand side, and move this to the right so that all the constant terms are on the right hand side. 2v, this is positive 8v, so you need to add negative 8v is equal to negative 19. This is positive 14, so you need to add negative 14. 2v minus 8v is negative 6v is equal to negative 19 minus 14 is negative 33. Now divide both sides by 96 and isolate v. Divide 96. Divide 96. Now cancel out 96 and 96. This 33 and 6 both can be divided by 3. 33 divided by 3 is 11. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So v is equal to negative number divided by a negative number is a positive number. So positive 11 divided by 2. This is the solution. In this equation, there is a fraction, so there is a denominator. First, you need to get rid of the denominator. There is only one denominator, so multiply the denominator both sides. Write this, multiply the denominator is equal to 8, multiply the denominator. Now cancel out 7 and 7, 4u is equal to 8 times 7 is 56. Now divide by 4 both sides. Cancel out 4 and 4. U is equal to 56 divided by 4 is 14. This is the solution. In this equation, there are two denominators, 9 and 6. You need to get rid of the denominators. What you need to do is, you need to find the least common denominator, also called LCD. To find the least common denominator, take the denominators 9, 6 and divide. Both of these numbers can be divided by 3. So divide. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now there is no number that can divide both 3 and 2. Now the LCD is multiply these three numbers. 3 times 3 times 2 is equal to 3 times 3 is 9 times 2 is 18. So 18 is the least common denominator. Now you need to multiply this LCD each term. This is a term, this is another term, and this is another term. Write this term, multiply the LCD is equal to, now this term, multiply the LCD. Now this term, multiply the LCD. Now divide. 18 divided by 9 is 2. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 5 times 2 is 10 is equal to minus 7y times 3 is 21y minus 2 times 18 is 36. You have the variable y here, so you need to isolate this term. To isolate this term, you move this term to the left. 10, this is negative 36. So you need to add positive 36 is equal to negative 21y. 10 plus 36 is 46 is equal to negative 21y. Now isolate the variable y by dividing out negative 21. So divide negative 21 both sides. Now cancel out negative 21 and negative 21. Positive number divided by a negative number is a negative number. 46 divided by 21 is equal to y. So y is equal to minus negative 46 divided by 21. This is the solution. In this equation, there are three denominators. You need to get rid of all the denominators. So you need to find the LCD, the least common denominator. Take the denominators 2, 5. There is another 5. You need only 1. Now divide. The only number that can divide both 2 and 5 is 1. If you divide by 1, you get the same number. Now the LCD is multiply these numbers. 1 times 2 times 5 is equal to 1 times 2 is 2 times 5 is 10. Now on the left hand side there are two terms, this one and this one. On the right hand side also there are two terms, this one and this one. You need to multiply each term with the LCD. Take this term, multiply the LCD. Now this term, multiply the LCD is equal to this term, multiply the LCD, then this, multiply the LCD. Now divide. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Now 5u times 5 is 25u minus 13 times 2 is 26 is equal to 9u times 2 is 18u minus 2 times 10 is 20. Now you have the variable here and here. Move this term to the left so that all the terms with u are on the left hand side, and move this to the right so that all the constant terms are on the right hand side. 25u. This is positive 18u, so you need to add negative 18u is equal to negative 20. This is negative 26, so you need to add positive 26. Now 25u minus 18u is 7u is equal to negative 20 plus 26 is 6. Now divide 7 both sides. You get u. So u is equal to 6 divided by 7. This is the solution. So far, all the equations that we solved had a solution. But not all equations have a solution. There are equations that have no solution, and there are equations that have infinitely many solutions. You will see these types of equations in the next two problems. Let us solve this equation. First, to remove all these parentheses by using the distributive property. Negative 6 multiply positive 4 and x, you get a positive 4x. Add that. Multiply positive 4 and positive 2, you get a positive 8 is equal to multiply 3 and x, you get a 3x. Multiply 3 and 91, you get 93 plus x. Now simplify. You can add 96 and a positive 8, you get a 2 plus 4x is equal to add 3x and plus x. X means 1x, so 3x plus 1x is 4x minus 3. You have x here and x here. Move this term to the left so that all the terms with x are on the left hand side. Move this to the right so that all the constant terms are on the right hand side. 4x. This is positive 4x, so you need to add negative 4x is equal to negative 3. This is positive 2, so you need to add negative 2. 4x minus 4x is 0 is equal to negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. 0 is equal to negative 5. 0 cannot be equal to negative 5, so this is not true. This means if you substitute any real number for x in this equation, you will get not true. So this equation has no solution. So if you end up with a number on the left and another number on the right, but the numbers are not the same, then the equation has no solution. This is the last problem. Let us solve this equation. First, remove all these parentheses by using the distributive property. Negative 5 times 2w is negative 10w. Negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20 is equal to 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times negative 2w is negative 8w. Negative 2w. Now simplify. You can combine these two terms. Negative 10w plus 20 is equal to 20. Negative 8w minus 2w is negative 10w. Now you have w here and w here. Move this term to the left so that all the terms with the w are on the left hand side, and move this to the right so that all the constant terms are on the right hand side. Negative 10w, this is negative 10w, so you need to add a positive 10w is equal to 20. Positive 20, so you need to add a negative 20. Negative 10w plus 10w is 0 is equal to 20 minus 20 is 0. 0 is equal to 0, this is true. Also you see that the variable is missing in this equation. There is no w here. This means if you substitute any real number for the variable w in this equation, you will get true. That means all real numbers are the solution to this equation. Since there are infinite real numbers, the equation has infinitely many solutions.